But sadly, it's now time for Lesley Nicol to hang up Mrs Patmore's apron as she says goodbye in the final Downton Abbey film. Lesley joins us now. I mean, 15 years you've been wearing that apron.
Yeah, 15 years.
I mean, how are you actually feeling? You've seen the film?
Seen the film.
Went to the premiere.
Went to the premiere, which was lovely because you got a sense that people really did... But they were moved by it, you know? You saw it, didn't you, last night?
I saw it last night and I was really moved. And I was watching it, I was thinking, I feel like your tears were real in it, and I feel like the love that you have for Sophie, Daisy's the character Daisy, you can really see the love there, and it's genuine.
It is genuine, and she hasn't called me Lesley in years. She calls me Telly. Hey, Telly!
Why did she call you like Telly Mummy?
Telly Mummy.
Oh,
yeah.
so
I call her, this is not so clever, I call her child of my flat screen. Which I know isn't that clever, so I don't bother with that much, but she calls me Telly.
You know, we've grown to love these characters over 15 years, and it's just, that's a really impressive thing because there are so many characters.
I know, he wrote 18.
And you kind of care about all of them.
Yeah, that was the genius of him, really. He wrote 18 kind of leading characters because it was a proper ensemble, you know. And in the middle of it, you've got a world-famous star, Maggie Smith, who never wanted to be special or different at all. She wanted to be part of the gang, and she was.
Nice.
Yeah. But you didn't speak to her for the first... Was it 6 months? You didn't actually speak to her?
Do you mean in real life or in the film?
In real life.
I don't... yeah, probably. I was a bit scared of her, but in the end, we used to have really good chats.
Was she starstruck? A little bit starstruck?
Yeah. Yes. But, you know, in the show, I don't think I ever said a word to her.
Really?
I don't think I did, but...
Well, she'd never go downstairs, I guess.
No, she never got downstairs.
Absolutely never go down
Those
there.
stairs were too much. No, she never.
But she liked a tipple, didn't she? She liked a rosé.
Did she?
Well, I heard that he polished off quite a few bottles.
The cast.
Apparently.
Yes, it was somebody's house on location. They had a few bottles of rosé. Stupidly, they said, "Would you like some?" And we'd all finished filming. We're going, "Yeah." The next thing you know, 2 of the actresses, who will remain nameless, but they were posh, jumped in the pool. In the costumes.
In the costumes.
Did they? Ratted.
They got in trouble. I bet they got in trouble.
Yeah, they got into trouble.
Oh
I just stood and laughed.
But, Lesley, when you heard it's the finale, because it felt like there's been so many finales.
Well, you're right.
With Downton.
It has.
You must have gone, another one. Because you must have said goodbye to the same people again and again.
Well, we did. The first time we had a proper, awful, sad goodbye, and it was genuine, was the end of the television series in 2015. We did the last scene, we sang Old Lang Syne, we all was dribbling and snotting all over the place, including the crew, which is very touching. We gave each other presents. I gave like 150 wooden spoons out. I'm all heart me. And then Sophie, Phyllis and me were in the car park hugging and crying. And then they said, there's a film. You go, oh, OK. And then another one.
Yeah.
And then another.
And
so
then
you're
another
right,
one.
there's been a few goodbyes. So we've sort of had to get used to it, really. But this is it. And do you know what? This is probably the last bit of chatting about Downton that's going to happen at all, ever.
You've come to the right place, Lesley.
Have I ever?
You've come to the right place.
So what can you tell us about what happens in this film?
You know the answer to that, Dermot.
But where does it start? It starts in 19... around the crash.
Around 30.
Around the Great Crash.
2930, yeah. No, it's really interesting, actually, because it shows you how different the position, particularly of women, is at this point. And what a long way they've come. That's what I think is good about this. It's very accurate, you know, historically. And at this point, you can see that he always wrote for strong women, and they've all got their voice a little bit more than they used to. But what is lovely about it is sad. For the people who care about this, it's sad that it's coming to an end. But he's done something where he kind of wraps up everybody's sort of situation and gives them somewhere to go. Everyone's going somewhere. And, you know, they have a future. It's not like they're going to die. They're all just moving on somewhere.
Because I guess it's like... I remember watching the first one. I think on the first episode, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Titanic had just sunk.
Yeah, it did. 1912. Yeah.
Right. So so it's a proper... You're spanning a proper 20-year generation.
Long time.
Really,
That's the genius of Julian Fellows, though. He really gets it, doesn't he?
He really does.
And the world shifted so much between 1912 and 1930.
So much. I mean, he did try and make that really proper so that it would be accurate, that people would, you know, recognise that this really is what happened. That's why I've got a bit of grey now, you see. So I had to allow it in.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real. What's so lovely about the show is you do have lifelong friends now.
Yes.
And I know you're good friends with Jim Carter.
He comes and does our gardens.
He actually comes round?
No, he's a brilliant gardener. We call him Ground Force.
So does he do he does yours and Sophie's garden?
And he's done Laura's, he did Tuppence Middleton, and he'll go anywhere.
Bit of ground force coming over.
He's just given up acting and he just does gardening.
No, he's amazing.
That's a lot of gardening.
And I have to tell you, if you go to the garden centre with Jim Carter, it's hilarious, because they go, what's he doing here? But he's very good.
Well, he's so iconic,
what, do you cook him dinner as payment?
No, he knows better to ask me. Yeah. I give him a nice pastry if he's lucky. But
Lesley, did it improve at all, your cooking game, between 1912?
Yes, a bit. I went to cooking classes.
Did you?
Yeah. I stopped eating meat, actually. So, and my husband, who was alive at the time, was the cook in our family, and he used to cook all my food, and then he wasn't going to go meat-free for anybody. So I went, well, if I don't find out what to do, I'm going to get very hungry. So I found myself going to cooking classes in LA, of all places.
So when you're filming, what do? Do you just, like, tidy up? You don't really do any cooking at all?
On the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, I got that together very quickly. Well, Sophie and I aren't good at any of this, right? So we figured out, don't do anything technical, so we never did. Not even rolling pastry, nothing. No. We did stirring, she did a bit of herb
you did a lot of whisking.
A lot of whisking, and you know, putting herbs, things, seasoning.
You've got it down.
And shouting. That was a sort of Gordon Ramsay homage, you see, because that's what he does.
Yeah, and she's got, I mean, Sophie's got it down now. Daisy was, yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Well, you knew people would be watching you going, oh, come on. That's, you know,
yeah.
So you couldn't let that happen.
What do you put the success of this show down to? Because it is, I guess it is people, isn't it? Because in many ways it's a world that's so different from the world we live in.
Yeah, and it got popular all around the world. In countries you go, why do people in China watch this? Yeah. You know, why would they understand a word of it? But they do, and I don't know, we don't know the answer because it's a one-off, this one, as you know. But it's something to do with the cast really gelled. I mean, the minute I met Sophie McShear, I went, oh, my God, I love her. Aww. And that could have gone pear-shaped, couldn't it? But it didn't. And so it was a cast that gelled. He wrote a really good story and he created characters. You may not be interested in them, but you might be interested in them. So somehow it just had a life.
I think that's the genius, is you're 18 leads and you're interested in all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I always love a drama when a scene finishes and you think, oh, I can see.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's a new one. What are they up to now?
I think I like the simplicity of it, though, the fact that it's something that wouldn't be a drama in nowadays.
No.
The fact that it's a massive drama back in the olden days.
Yeah.
Like
and the fact is,
things like that.
It's also people doing, it sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's people doing the best.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice in a world that's going a bit bonkers to see people, good people, doing the best. As we are all trying.
Well, speaking of good people doing their best, what we have to ask you about Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. What an unbelievable, iconic drama to be part of.
Well, you see, if I hadn't have done Downton, I probably wouldn't have been able to do Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. I might not have got that job. Yeah. There's been many, many wonderful things come off this, and that was one of them. That was, for all of us, we didn't know it was going to go bonkers like it did, and seemed to make a difference at the time. Though, by the way, you know, some of them still haven't been paid back.
I know.
But I actually played a real woman, Pam Stubbs, and got to know her, and
it's a massive responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility, but it was when actors do this, it sounds so... But it was an honour. It was an absolute honour because she has had such a horrible time. And you go, right, if we can do anything to shine a light on this, well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, it was an amazing thing
for a drama to make that much difference.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, really. I know Alan Bates was never off the telly for weeks once it went out. It was amazing.
And Julia Walters, she stopped robbing you roles now.
No, well, what can you be talking of? This will be my one-woman show.
Yes. There's a song, isn't there?
Yeah, my friend who wrote the music, he said, I would tell him stories, and I said one day, the thing is, in this game, there's always somebody who gets you jobs before you. And he said, who's yours? He's American. And I said, it's a lady called Julie Walters. And he went, next day he comes back and he goes, I've written it. That damn Julie Walters is stealing all my parts. And on partly because she played Mrs. Weasley. I went up for Mrs. Weasley. Yeah. She played Rosie in Mamma Mia. I played Rosie in Mamma Mia in the West End. Yeah. It was sort of a joke, really.
Just shows how good you are, though, because only the good people would go up for those good parts.
Exactly.
And you got to play Mrs. Weasley in the end.
I did a game. I'm playing Professor Matilda Weasley. I know.
You got it.
I know. You see, if you wait long enough, things will come.
Very true. Yeah. Honestly, it's been wonderful watching you over the past 15 years. We've loved it, haven't we? We really have. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Can I do a shameless plug?
Of course you can.
Well, I got a marvellous job.
Go on.
Yeah. It's not been announced yet, but they're doing a thing called ballet shoes at the National Theatre. And I've been working for 51 years. I've never been at the National Theatre. I'm beside myself.
Oh, well done.
And I'm going to be in that.
That's unbelievable.
For Christmas.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a lovely space as well.
I know. The Olivier.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
The Olivier, now we're talking. And Downton Abbey, the grand finale is out in cinemas on the 12th of September. Thank you, Lesley.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.